Hello YouTube, it's me again, your representative for Humber St. Barb Bay Vert riding of Newfoundland and Labrador. I just thought I would take this opportunity to discuss my Ecovillage project a little bit. For starters, I owned 44 acres of land out in Bay St. George, southwestern Newfoundland. And I hope to one day build a permaculture community entirely based on renewable farming, renewable energy, and all that good stuff. And the current design phase includes enough housing for 6 families. Approximately 20 to 30 people is the goal, 1 person per hectare of property that will be farmed. And we hope to cultivate a new type of living, a new type of society, with growing our own animals such as Angora rabbits, and cashmere goats, and wool sheep designed and bred for wool, so that we can actually produce our own fiber. We want to import clay to make our own pottery and ceramics. We want to import specialty woods to supplement the native pine, spruce, and fir on the property to create our own furniture and our own carpentry type work. We're even researching induction forges so that we can produce our own, or we can manipulate our own ferric metal so that we don't need to worry about polluting things like coal or wood or natural gas for a typical forge. We intend to create a new society platform whereby there's no actual community mayor, there's no actual, formal government in place. It's all based upon Senate discussions and decisions and group dynamics involved there, which isn't too difficult when you only have 30 people. In addition to different kind of government, different kind of lifestyle, different kind of trades, we intended to farm in a slightly different way. We intend to blend aquaculture with conventional farming with greenhousing and that sort of thing. We hope to grow successfully sugar beets and soybeans and even grapes and similar fruit and vegetables in Newfoundland soil. Most people don't give Newfoundland farming much credit, especially since the fishing industry has been a staple for 500 years. It's my hope that on 1 hectare of land, about 2.4 acres, we can actually feed 1 average individual so that we can feed between 20 and 30 on the land that I have, to dedicate to the project. Using our own foods, only using what we can grow ourselves, offers some limitations. We don't have any salt mines, for example, on the ground, so we're going to have to harvest seawater, maybe 3-4 kilometers away is the ocean, and we can actually take the water, distill it, purify it, and cultivate the sea salt, which is actually much better for you, higher in mineral content and that sort of thing. Low on iodine, but that can be acquired through other food like beets. We also have a challenge with grains. It's a good chance that the Ecovillage diet will be gluten-free because of the effort involved in importing enough grain to feed the people involved. Besides, there are other flours you can use. Potato flour, cornmeal flour, other things than wheat that may actually provide supplementary nutritional benefits to the people in the community. Also, the bread will be very fluffy because yeast culture is a difficult thing to produce all natural, so we're probably going to have a lot of unleavened bread, a lot of pancakes, a lot of bannock, that type of bread, pitas and flatbreads, which wasn't a nutritional problem. It just poses a cultural problem because people are used to fluffy bread for breakfast or sandwiches and that kind of thing. Also, when it comes to other staples, like coffee. We can't grow coffee, but there are coffee replacements. If memory serves, chicory root and chestnuts and acorns were used in World War II when coffee rations were low due to the war effort. So there are methods to cultivate flour as well as coffee and other types of foods, but again, it requires a certain lifestyle change. Certain things we would be required to import, certain medicines that aren't available as an alternative herbal supplement. Vitamins, for example, won't be necessary if you have a proper diet and you know where to get the vitamins that you crave or that you need, whereas insulin, we can't produce on our own. We can't produce birth control on our own. We can't produce many pharmaceuticals like heart medication. But things like migraines and toothaches can be dealt with through herbs and all-natural means that we intend to cultivate as well in a separate greenhouse. One goal we have, which I think is very interesting, is to create a cookbook that only involves things we can cultivate on our own. Measuring out sea salt, which is a slightly different proportion than conventional iodized table salt, and only using fruit and vegetables and the types of meats that we have in the grounds. Goat milk, sheep milk, and that kind of thing. A lot of rabbit will be in the diet because they breed like rabbits. So when that book is finished, we can publish it as an all-natural means and then publish supplemental material on how to produce these foods in a type 5A, 5B climate such as Western Newfoundland. I hope that when the project gets underway, after I build the first house for myself and my family, and then a second building to renew the effort to polish the design a bit better, we move into the new house and move someone else into the old one, and move along that way. I'm hoping that we can create a solid, real lifestyle on the property. I don't want to change the world. I don't want to reinvent how Canada has its government or Newfoundland runs its economics. Not really my goal. All I want to pull off here is to create a micro-culture, a microcosm of what I think the world could be, what I think is a better environment for my own children when I have them to grow up in. And I know that statistically speaking, other people will feel the same way. I've spoken with many who've been working on the project for a lot of years with me and helped me cultivate a lot of new designs, a lot of new theories. All of the blind research in the early phase of the project has been polished down to several good key examples of what we could create. Earth ships, for example, by Michael Reynolds, is one idea we're developing. We're considering for development of the project. And earth bags by the late Nader Khalili, using adobe mud bricks and super adobe forms, but that's a matter for another video. I genuinely really hope that 6 families can live together harmoniously on a permaculture farm, and that we can actually cultivate a really beautiful living, really beautiful lifestyle, and allow ourselves to show the world that you don't need to rely on fossil fuels, that you don't need to rely on internal combustion engines and cutthroat economy and bad politics and relying on money for everything, that the barter system, that heritage trades, that other types of things can replace what polluted culture in the beginning. That the idea that the Industrial Revolution was the best thing for mankind, I don't entirely agree with. That we have gone backward in some areas of our culture and not forward. Now bear in mind, we will have solar power panels and wind turbines for electricity. We will have clothing washers. We will have actual cooking elements for stoves, induction ranges, and refrigeration equipment and all that good stuff. We will have indoor space heating and indoor plumbing and high-speed internet access for tertiary businesses. So we aren't going to be completely Luddite in the nature of our lifestyle, but we want to blend the old world and the new world together to be something a little bit different. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you would look forward to seeing more information on the Ecovillage. If you do want to see more or have any particular questions, you can drop a line in the questions box.